after the election. Right now, I need your vote. And so when they meet on Tuesday night at the courthouse, they don't do one thing. They count votes. They don't count good intentions. They don't count money. And the winner, you know what my definition of a landslide is? 50% plus one. That person serves. The other guy goes home. That's just the way it is. It is a winner take all. Now, it is not our intention to form a new political organization. It is our intention to recruit and train our members, you, to be a part of the A-Vote campaigns in your counties and districts. Our plan is very, very simple. We have 105 House districts in the state of Alabama. Each Senate district is made up of 3 House districts. We want to recruit 3 to 5 people per House district to work in political campaigns. Dr. Hubbard and AEA are trying to recruit 10 people to work in political campaigns. Dr. Hubbard and I talked a few months ago, and he said, Joe, if you can raise 3, and between the 2 of us, if you're trying to raise 3 to 5, and I'm trying to raise 10, then probably together we can get 7 or 8. Well, understand, folks, now the other thing I want our people to basically understand is we want you to volunteer to do 4 hours a week. We don't want you to have an open-ended commitment. Now, if you want to work more than that, that's up to you. But we're going to ask that you work 4 hours a week. Well, folks, if we had 300 people that would work 4 hours a week, Wendy, that's 1,200 hours a week times a 6-week campaign. That's 7,000 to 10,000 hours that we probably could get. That's worth its weight in gold. Now, some of you will say, well, what if AEA or A-Vote has endorsed somebody that I don't like? Fine, don't work in that campaign, work in the campaign next door. There will be some places where we have an incumbent that doesn't have opposition. Then we're going to ask you to transfer over to the next district and work over there. Dr. Hubbard announced to the Delegate Assembly this week that we're going to have an intensive training program for political volunteers. What we plan to do is simply take our volunteers and plug them into that training program and to move forward on getting people elected. If we do that, I think we can be successful. It's like Dr. Bronner told me and Joe McFadden one time. He said, we can do a lot of things, and Bill King and some others. He said, fellas, we can do a lot down here, but it's garbage in and garbage out. You remember that, Joe? He said, you send us garbage to the legislature, and they're going to regurgitate and send garbage back out. Y'all have got to get involved in politics. So that's the plan, folks. We would ask you to sign up. We'll be contacting your unit presidents, asking them to recruit you. We're going to try to train you. If AEA can't train all of our folks, then we'll get together, Janice and I and some other folks, and we'll come up with a training program of our own. We're not just going to throw you out there to the wolves. I'm also advocating that each person probably, out of all the things that you can do, pick one thing. Say, I'll do the telephone campaign. I'll do letter stuffing. I'll do literature distribution at a shopping center. Pick out something and concentrate on it. And be good at that. Now, I have also told AEA and the powers that be that most of our folks are not going to go door to door. We just, some of us just can't, we just can't walk 10, 15 miles a day. And one of the problems in the rural areas is you don't go door to door, you go dog to dog. I'll tell y'all a story about that. One time we had a special campaign in Blount County, and I was carrying the candidate around, and we pulled up to a farmhouse, and there were 2 Doberman on about 10-foot chains. I mean, they were jumping up, all you could see was teeth. And I said, Wanda, I think we'll skip this house, and she agreed. We got about a half mile down the road, another old farmer came out in his house and said, "Yeah, I got it." Said, "I seen you kept that house up there." I said, "You know, one of them suckers broke that chain last week." So we're not gonna do that. We're going to come up with a plan, and what we think we've done is something that our folks can do 4 hours a week. And if we can get enough, if we can get between AEA and our organization 500 to 1,000 people that would give us 4 to 5 hours a week, Paul, we're on Alabama. Just pure and simple. It's up to us. They want your retirements. They want your PHIP. They want that $20 billion that we've got in reserves. They want to send their children to private school and have public funds pay for it. It's just that simple. And let me tell you something, folks, and this is going to be my ending part, and I hope it don't make you mad. But these folks that support charter schools, support private segregation academies, and homeschooling, they dog cuss you every day, from daylight to dark. They don't like, not only do they not like you, they hate you. And I attended a meeting. How many of you heard James Robinson? I attended a meeting with his staff about 10 years ago for some dialogue, and finally one guy went to the mic and said, "Well, if we could find some common ground, would you be willing to work with us?" And you know what his answer was? "It is our intention to put you out of business." Well, let me tell you, folks, through political action, it is my intention to put them out of business. So let's sign up, let's roll our sleeves up, and let's go to work.